Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Meydan Racecourse here on Thursday. It is January the 26th, 2017. I'm going to look at all the races on today's program from Meydan, but before I get onto that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections from racetracks across the world and beyond. So let's get on to it. We have 7 races from the card from Meydan to look at. So race number 1 is the Al Maktoum Challenge Round 2, sponsored by IPC. It's a Group 1 for purebred Arabian horses, going for a purse of $70,000. It's for 5-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 7 horses traveling the a mile and 3/8 distance on the dirt course, which is about 2,200 meters. And my top pick in this year's Al Maktoum Round 2 Challenge for the Arabians will go to the 6 horse, number 6, Handassa. I'm going to include this horse here into a tri-cast or a trifecta. I'm going to go 671, 671, but number 6, Handassa, my top pick. The 7-year-old horse, here at 2-1. Jim Crowley is on this one. This horse hasn't started since last March, the 26th. That was here at Meydan, a mile and a quarter in the Grade 1 Kahila Classic. Horse finished 4th by 3 lengths behind Mahmoon, whatever the winner's name was. You know, this horse just wasn't catching him. The winner just took off clear. The track was playing to front runners. He just didn't have the best of chance that day. He is getting the extra furlong today, which I think will really help this one. He breaks from postman number 6. I think this horse should have a good start. Start before on March 3rd of 2016 at Meydan, a mile and a quarter in the Al Maktoum Round 3 Challenge. This horse won by 8.5 lengths. It really went away clear. Very nice victory off a decent layoff. You know, he just ran well. And then start before in his first career start at Longchamp in France, October the 4th, 2015, 2,000 meters, mile and a quarter in the Qatar Arabian World Cup. Horse finished 7th by 7.75 lengths that day. Really wasn't into it. Didn't like the turf that much. I think he's going to run well here today off the layoff. Watch out for this one to run a big one. So to recount my bets for race number 1 from Meydan, it's the Al Maktoum Round 2 Challenge for the Arabians. Going to go with the 6 horse here, Handassa. Going to go 6-7-1 in the tri-cast. So now let's get on to race number 2 from Meydan. The second race is the Abar Properties and IPC Group Company Handicap. It's basic handicap here, going for a purse of $175,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses traveling the 2,400 meters or a mile and 1/2 on the turf course. So 1 lap around the giant turf course at Meydan. And my top pick in this one, I'm going to go to the 1 horse, Prize Money. I'm going to go 162. 162 in the tri-cast, but number 1, Prize Money. 2-1, Godolphin owned, Saeed bin Sohar trained. Christophe Simeon, the Frenchman, is riding this one. This 4-year-old gelding. He hasn't started since November the 5th. That start on November the 5th came at Doncaster in the UK, going a mile and a half in a handicap. Horse won by 3/4 length with the 5-pound Wood apprentice up that day. You know, who ran incredibly well in that field of 15 horses. Just an all-around great victory. They took this horse to the sideline after that to run here. I think this horse should be rearing to go. Start before, you have to go back to the glorious Goodwood meet. July 27th at Goodwood, a mile and a half in the Group 3 Gordon Stakes. Horse finished 5th by 2.25 lengths behind Ulysses, a very good horse that day. I believe in the Ballydoyle stabled Aidan O'Brien trained horses. You know, this horse just wasn't catching him that day. He just ran and it just wasn't his day to win. Start before in the Baharian Trophy at Newmarket, July 7th. Horse finished 8th by 19 lengths. That's the 5-2 favorite. He just wasn't there. He was just eased out of it. And then start before at Ascot in the Tercenteria Stakes. Horse finished 2nd by 1/4 lengths behind Hawkbill. You know, he didn't quicken up as good as Hawkbill, but he ran a decent 2nd place finish. I think in this spot, this horse should really do well off the layoff. Christophe Simeon knows what he's doing. He's a great rider. So to recap my best race number 2 from Meydan, I'm going to go with the 1 horse here. Going to go 162. 162. The third race now from Meydan Racecourse is the Al Rashidiya, empowered by IPC Group 2 Stakes. It's a Group 2 here, going for a purse of $200,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses traveling 1 mile and 1/8 on the turf course, so that's about 1,800 meters, I believe. Had to think about that for a second. What I do to figure out how a race is in meters, this is just me. If it's 9 furlongs, you divide that by 2, or multiply that by 2, so that's 18. So it's 1,800 meters. Just add 0 to it. That's an easy way to figure out how much a race is in meters. So, but back to this race, this Rashidiya Stakes. It's a great race here. My top pick in it, I'm going to go to the 6 horse, number 6, Mr. Owen. Going to include him into a tri-cast. Going to go 614, but number 6, Mr. Owen, owned by Qatar Racing, trained by Francois Roy, ridden by Oslin Murphy. This horse hasn't started since about 2 months or so. November the 30th at Deauville in France, a mile and the 8th on the all-weather and listed stakes. Horse went away with it, winning by 3 lengths in a field of 14. It was just an all-around great victory with Olivier Pellier up of that day. It was the horse's first start since September the 17th. That was actually up in Canada at Woodbine, a mile in the Rico Woodbine Mile. Horse finished 6 by 2 lengths behind Temp in the very good filly here in the States in Canada. This horse just couldn't keep up with them, didn't like the turf course. And then started forward in France at Maison Lafitte, a mile in the Group 3 Prix-Monsieur Stakes. Horse finished second by 3 lengths behind Vadamos. Again, wasn't catching an incredible horse that day. I think this horse should have a good start. He has some good races under his belt. His last one was very good on the all-weather. His win before at the listed stakes at Deauville back in August of 2015 was very good, winning by half length with Adria Tazzini up that day. But I think this horse should have a good start here today. 12-1, I want to take my chances because these races are a little bit wide open on today's program. So to recap my bets for race number 3, the Al Rashidiya, empowered by IPC Stakes. Going to go with the 6 horse. Going to go 614 in the tri-cast, or the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 4 from Meydan. The 4th race is the UAE 2000 Guineas Trial, empowered by Nova and IPC Group Company Stakes. It's the UAE Guineas Trial, great race. UAE Guineas coming up in a few weeks' time. It's always a good race. They're going for a purse of $100,000 for 3-year-olds only. Field of 14 horses going the 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the dirt course. And my top pick in this one, I'm going to go to the 2 horse, number 2, Best Solution, owned by Godolphin, trained by Saeed Mansour. I'm going to go 2-12-10 in the tri-cast. 2-12-10, that's my top 3. But number 2, Best Solution, Andre Antazzini is on this 8-5-1. This horse is coming off a very strong run on October 30th at Saint-Cloud, a mile and a quarter, and Criterium de Saint-Cloud. Those very big 2-year-old races at the end of the year in France. This horse finished second by 1 length, and he's closing up that day, but just needed a little extra ground. It was a very wet turf course that day, but like I said, he just needed a little extra ground. I think today coming to dirt shouldn't be a problem. I think he should handle it. But he ran some very nice races on the turf this autumn as a 2-year-old. Start before came on October the 8th at Newmarket in the Group 3 Autumn Stakes. Horse won by 2 lengths and really went away with it. A very nice victory. And then the Tattersfield Stakes at Newmarket on September 22nd. Horse finished 4th by 1/4 lengths. He just didn't have the best of closing kicks. But I think in this spot, coming to dirt, off the layoff, I think this horse should really have a good start. He's won twice in his career. Once at Newmarket in that Group 3. And he broke his maiden in July at Goodwood, winning by length, going 6 furlongs. So I think this horse should have a good start here today. So to recap my bets for race number 4 from Meydan's UAE 2000 Guineas Trial, I'm going to go with the 2 horse Best Solution. I'm going to go 2-12-10. 2-12-10. So now let's get on to race number 5. The 5th race from Meydan Racecourse is a great one. It's the Group 2 Cape Verde, empowered by CESPA and IPIC Group Company Stakes. It's a Group 2 race here, the Cape Verde Stakes, so basically that's what we want to call it. It's going for a purse of $200,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses going the 1,600 meters on the turf course, so about a mile here. And my top pick in this one, I'm going to go to the 6 horse, number 6, Silver Step. I'm going to include this horse into a tri-cast. I'm going to go 6-1-2. 6-1-2, excuse me. Number 6, Silver Step. Michael Barzalona is on this 4-year-old filly at a Silver Frost. Last time out, ran into Italy on September 25th in Milan. 1,600 meters or a mile. In the Group 3, Elena di Sergio Comani Stakes. Horse won by a neck that day, and according to the running line, this horse just went away easy. Couldn't find the replay for that race. For some reason, the Italian replays are so hard to get a hold on. So if anybody has a link to get the Italian horse racing replays and live video, please comment on the bottom. I would be very appreciative. But when I did watch the replays of this horse's past run, I did find his French replays, the French replays of this horse, very good. This horse start before was running mostly in France. at Deauville, 1 mile in the Les Reyes Stakes. I'm sorry, my French is horrible. This horse finished 13th by 13 lengths that day and really just was at the back pack, really wasn't running into it that day. And then start before Meydan in the listed stakes. Horse finished second by a head behind Qatar Power and just missed. It was a disappointing beat. Maxime Guyon, who rode him that day, rode a very good race, but it just it just came a little bit too late. But start before Saint-Cloud in a listed stakes. Horse won by 3 lengths and went off very easily with Maxime Guillaume. It was just an easy victory. And then start before in a listed stakes at Deauville. Horse finished 4th by 1.25 lengths. It was his first start in 2 months. He needed the race. I think in this spot on the turf again, this horse should have a very good start. So going with this horse here. So to recap my bets for race number 5, the Cape Verde Stakes from Meydan. Gonna go with the 6-horse Silver Step. I'm going to go 6-1-2, 6-1-2 in the TriCast. So now let's get on to race number 6 from Meydan. The 6th race is the ADCOP and IPIC investment handicap. It's basic handicap here, going for a purse of $135,000 to 4-year-olds and upwards here. Field of 10 horses traveling the 1,600 meters or 1 mile on the dirt course. My top pick in the spot, I'm going to go to the 6-horse Tumbanga. Gonna go 6-2-9 the TriCast, but number 6 Tumbanga. Christophe Simeon's on this 6-year-old gelding owned by Godolphin, trained by Saeed Ben Sor. And I remember this horse so clearly because his last 3 starts, I think I backed him, especially in those UK starts. But his most recent start came September the 5th of 2015, so he's been off the layoff quite a while now. That was in Turkey on the all-weather monoquarter in the International France Gallop Antelio Trophy Stakes. Horse finished second by 2 lengths behind T. Hallam and Tahar. Harry Bentley rode this horse that day, and he just missed. But start before in the UK actually on June the 18th at Chelmsford City, 1 mile in the handicap. Horse went away, winning by 7 lengths, and I think I had like $50 on this horse that day, and he ran very well. He just went away, beating the field nicely. And then start before first start in the UK at Kempton, 7 furlongs, main race. Horse won by 1.5 lengths. He ran incredibly well. I also had money on that horse on this horse that day also, but not $50. I only had like about 10. But for being 5-2, that was a nice little profit of about $35. But those 2 races in the UK were very well. He's a good miler horse. Coming here a mile shouldn't be a problem. But start before, this horse is running actually in America. You don't see a lot of horses start their career in America and then run in the UK. This is one of the first horses I've personally seen in quite a while to do that. But he started before in mile 16th at San Anita in the main race. Horse finished second by 3/4 length. Really couldn't keep up with them. And then he finished 4th on the day after Christmas at San Diego in 2013, 4th by 8.25 lengths, going 6 furlongs. We had nothing that day. I think the UK really helped this horse. Gutting a mile here today. He'll be my best bet of the card from Meydan. So to recap my bets for race number 6 from Meydan Racecourse, gonna go with the 6-horse Tumbanga, my best bet. Gonna go 6-2-9. 6-2-9 in the trifecta. So now let's get on to race number 7, the final race on today's program. The 7th race is the Boreals, and IPIC Group Company Handicap. Like I said, basic handicap here, going for a purse $175,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 15 horses traveling 1,200 meters, 6 furlongs on the turf course, and I have something to admit. Since they've gone over to Meydan from Nat Al Shiba, I think I'm like 1 in like 1,000 in the 6 furlong sprint races or the 5 furlong sprint races at Meydan on the turf course. These are the most difficult races in the world to handicap, and I think it's either 1 for 1,000 or 2 for 1,000. It's some stupid number, because they're just the most difficult races for me to handicap, and I think maybe we're gonna make it 3 for 1,000 today with these sprint races at Meydan on the turf course. The dirt races sprinting, that's my best record here at Meydan, but the turf races sprinting are just difficult. But my top pick in this one, we'll go to the 2-horse Jungle Cat. Hopefully he'll win. I'm going to go 2-14-11. 2-14-11. Number 2, Jungle Cat, owned by Godolphin, trained by Charlie Appleby. Michael Barzalone is on this 5-year-old horse. His most recent start came at the Glorious Goodwood meet on July 29th of 2016, 5 furlongs, and the Qatar King George Stakes. Horse wasn't there, finished 14th by 6 lengths, was really out of it at the beginning. He just had no chance that day. Start before in the Darley July Cup, at Newmarket on July 9th, going 6 furlongs. Horse finished 15th by 10 lengths behind Lamato and Sudoso and Quiet Reflection. You know, it was the best sprinters in the UK that day. Really couldn't keep up with them again. And then the King Stand Stakes. Horse finished 4th by 1/4 lengths behind Profitable. You know, he really couldn't keep up with them. He ran on this turf course already. He finished 4th in the Alquad Sprint last March behind Buffering, Echarles, and Pinipofia, or whatever the horse's name was. You know, he couldn't keep up. He couldn't catch the 2 horses in front of him or the 3 horses in front of him, but he ran a decent 4th place finish. I think he should have a good start here off the layoff. So hopefully this horse can make me 3 for 1,000 in turf sprint racing at Meydan. Before I get on to recap my selections, I have to say, before they went to Meydan, my turf sprint selections were very good at Nat Al Shiba, but just at Meydan, they're just crap. But to recap my bets for race number 7 from Meydan, I'm going to go with the 2 horse here, Jungle Cat. I'm going to go 2-14-11, 2-14-11. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.